We know that for our machines to be working well, we need good, clean fluids. And we know that particle counting is a good way of telling us how clean the fluid is. But what do the different ISO codes actually mean? The first thing to know is that the different numbers are a code that gives us a range for the particles that are in there. So for an ISO code of an 11, that means that there's between 10 and 20 particles per milliliter of fluid. And for an ISO code of 12, this doubles to 20 to 40 particles per milliliter. And so this goes on for each step increase in ISO. So for small changes in the ISO number, you can actually get really big changes in the oil cleanliness. For instance, an increase in 5 ISO counts from 18 to 23 means that the particle count will increase by 2 to the power of 5, or 32 times. This chart shows some of the different ISO codes and the particles for each one. You can see that as the ISO code gets lower, the fluid gets cleaner, and again the particle count doubles at each level. When we report an oil cleanliness measurement, we often report a dash and two other numbers like dash 2216 or dash 1815. Each one of these numbers is an ISO code, and they are counting different particle sizes. The first number includes all particles bigger than 4 microns. The second middle number looks at particles bigger than 6 microns. And the last one looks at the biggest particles bigger than 14 microns. The important thing to remember is that the 4 micron count will still include all of the bigger particles too. For most oils, we aren't interested in the 4 micron and larger particle size, the one on the left, which is why you see a dash there. Remember, the lower the ISO number, the cleaner the oil is. We know that dirty oils will have an impact on machine performance, but how much? With the machinery life extension table, we can work this out. Say our current oil cleanliness is 1916, and we improve this to 1613. We can then read off the various factors. Looking at the pink number, which relates to hydraulics and diesel engines, we can see that we can expect a doubling of the machinery life if we can maintain that oil cleanliness. Remember though that the ISO number has changed 3 points, so this means that the oil actually has only 1/8 of the contamination it would have had at 1916.